Up everybody, welcome back to video 2 where we continue to mod Ranger Rick for the Danger Ranger 9000. I really need to ditch this pile of junk. It's kind of been in my way. It's just taking up space, so I really need to get it to go away. So G and I are going to get this weighed today. Got a bathroom scale, got a tote box. It weighs about 3 pounds, so we'll just subtract that off of each time we weigh these. So we'll go ahead and get started. My guess is I'm going to say there's 250 pounds worth of stuff just in this pile, and again the goal is 800. Gee, how much do you think's sitting right here? What do you think that weighs?
I don't know.
Don't know? I'm going to say 250.
Okay.
What do you say?
250.
250. We can't have the same number. All right, so let's get to work, and we'll write up everything on the whiteboard, and once we're all said and done, we'll add it up and see where we're at.
350.
All right, so we burned through the pile of stuff. We got everything weighed, and we have all the numbers up here on the board. 17, 32, 18, 26, 13, 23, 11 equaled 140 pounds. Not as much as I had hoped, but you know, it's still a good chunk of weight that we didn't need. Got to remember also, this thing doesn't have the doors on it yet. We're going to rob the doors off the silver truck. Got the doors as well. Window regulators, panels, glass, pretty much all that stuff that we don't need is coming out. So again, not as much as we hoped, but you know, that's free horsepower essentially and quicker ETs around the track. So rest of today, the goal is to get motor and tranny out of this thing, and then we'll start working on doing it again, getting the one out of the silver truck. So here we go. All right, we're getting ready to pull the motor on this thing. If you guys haven't seen one of these, for 80 bucks, I think they're normally 100. You can find them on sale for 80. At Harbor Freight, you get air over hydraulic. It's absolutely glorious. It doesn't, you can go as slow as you want, or you can go as fast as you want. And if you know you don't have air, you can still pump it, you know, manually. So we're gonna get the Dart out of the way. Dart's got an alternator problem. So once again, we're gonna jump to our trusty Harbor Freight jump pack. I think you get these for 60 bucks. Get the green light, hook that all up. Alternator went out in this thing, I do believe. Have not fixed it yet, obviously. It's all right. Come on, girl. All right, that's out of the way. Let's go get the old T-Bird out of the way. Don't want to scratch it. There's the bug, by the way. It's looking pretty good. It needs a bath. It's got a fresh 1600 dual port from Noble Racing up north of Manhattan, Kansas. So we're getting it broke in. It's probably got 100 miles on it. About due for an oil change and adjust the valves. Gee, you want to grab your bike? Get that land yacht out of the way. And your four-wheeler. Oh. All right, let's get to work. Look at that, it's just so effortlessly. Oh yeah, just get rid of all that tranny fluid. We don't need any of it. See? Just like that. Easy as can be. What do you think, bud?
How big is this motor?
It's pretty big. All right, guys. Tranny. Ranger Rick's motor. Truck is stripped down. Started mocking up the seat. Had some lunch. Checking some emails. And the second round of rules came out today at 12:30. The biggest one that's going to affect me with Ranger Rick is the stock dash must remain in place. Well, I was not nice to this dash when we pulled it out. I wouldn't even begin to try to piece that thing back together. It was, you know, sledgehammers and pry bars and what have you. So, kind of to the point, I really don't feel like stabbing a dash back in this thing. Granted, you know, I have another one in the silver truck. They also want, in the email, they want updates on they want updated pictures of all the safety gear by the 31st. So cage, belts, neck brace, helmet, all that stuff by the 31st. No big deal. I can make that happen. But once the cage is welded in, it's pretty much permanent. So do I want to take the extra, you know, day or so, stab a dash in this thing? I'm kind of leaning towards putting the tranny at a Ranger Rick into the silver truck and just rocking the silver truck for now. So they added a couple other things into the second round of rules. Rear suspension mods are not allowed. I had kind of a plan on swapping the rear from spring over to spring under, and that would drop this thing about 4 1/4 inches, 4 or 5 inches in the back, which would have been huge. But now that's in the rules. Rear end's got to stay the way it is. So What else was there in the second round of rules? Front and rear glass has to stay in. Contemplated pulling the rear glass, so no matter which truck we take, the glass has got to stay. But yeah, that's kind of frustrating. Ranger Rick was looking pretty promising. Went through a lot of work getting the motor pulled out of it, but you know, it is what it is. I'm sure they have good reasons for it, and you know, we have every intent on going and competing, so we'll obey by any rules that they have put in place. So good news is we get to do this all over again. We just don't get to go as crazy as pulling the dash out. So I'm gonna get things kind of situated. Pretty much throw the motor in the back of Rick, get Rick out of here. He's pretty much dead to me right now. So, and we'll start building up the silver truck. Got to come up with a name. Right now, the only name that has stuck to me is Plan B, because you know this is Plan B. So we'll bring you guys along as we start building a second truck. See you guys.